Hello and welcome to VOA's Red Carpet. My name is Jackson Vunganyi. I want to thank you for joining us today on the show. As always, right here we bring you the latest in entertainment news, in sports, in fashion, film, television from around the world. Let's get on with the show. And we start the show with basketball on the continent. Zamalek is the king of African club basketball, winning the inaugural Basketball Africa League trophy in Kigali, Rwanda. The Egyptian club beat Tunisia's US Monastir to top a 12-team tournament organized by FIBA and the NBA. Here are some of the highlights on the championship final. The Basketball Africa League is partnering with the digital platform Social Nation Africa to promote African artists, musicians, and athletes. Platform founder Samba Baptili says, quote, "Our mission is to tell the inspiring and positive stories coming from Africa, and now is the time to recognize the vital role that the creative industry plays in job creation and in shaping the African identity." Tennis star Naomi Osaka has withdrawn from the French Open after being fined for deciding to skip media obligations due to effects on her mental health. Writing on Instagram, Osaka said, "I never wanted to be a distraction, and that her decision to leave Paris is, quote, the best thing for the tournament and the other players and my well-being." The 23-year-old says that she has suffered long bouts of depression since the 2018 US Open. And in European football, Chelsea topped Manchester City 1-0 in the UEFA Champions League final in Portugal. And the player making headlines is Chelsea goalie Edouard Mendy, who gave up just 3 goals through 12 Championship League matches this season. The keeper for Senegal's national team posted to Instagram about winning the Champions League in his first season, writing, quote, "Even if raising this trophy was part of my wildest dream, the road to get there was long and turbulent, and this makes the victory even more beautiful." He added, "I have a special thought for my Chelsea team, for the staff, for the supporters, and my Senegalese brothers and sisters. It is together that we got here." And in more football news, Brazil is stepping in to host the upcoming Copa America tournament after Argentina announced that it could no longer host the games due to a rise in coronavirus cases. 1 year after the death of George Floyd, the 46-year-old black man who died in police custody in Minnesota, the intersection where he was killed became a site of a concert and the street fair. The Associated Press has more.
Hundreds came together at the corner of 38th and Chicago, informally known as George Floyd Square, to celebrate the life of George Floyd with an outdoor festival with food, children's activities, and music.
So y'all keep doing the work because y'all changing the world.
Y'all keep doing the work because y'all changing the world. Rapper, actor, and activist Common told the crowd during his musical performance. As day turned to night in George Floyd Square, the area lit up as people placed candles all around the square.
And let's get into some film. In the Heights is a film about the dreams and struggles of the Latino community in a New York neighborhood and serves as Lin Manuel Miranda's love letter to the place where he grew up. It also represents Miranda's high-stakes bet that people will flock to the theater after months of COVID restrictions. VOA's Penelopoulou has more from the cast and from the filmmaker himself.
Girls are taking care of you on casting it right, not trying to just get movie stars, because guess what? In the system that we have now, there aren't a lot of movie stars that represent a big swath of Latinx community, because the talent isn't tapped, because there are not as many roles.
He's a bodega owner who dreams of returning to his home country, the Dominican Republic, only to find out that home has all along been in Washington Heights.
We had to assert our dignity in small ways.
Broadway veteran actress Olga Meredith plays Abuela Claudia, a reprise of the role she played when Lin Manuel Miranda first created the musical for the stage in 2008.
This was his school project at Wesleyan that the Broadway director Thomas Kail picked up. What a creative genius and wonderful person and humanitarian and friend.
Jimmy Smits, one of the first Latino actors to break through in the 1980s, plays Kevin Rosario, a small business owner sacrificing for his daughter's education at Stanford University.
It's a little bit of joy that we can give to people. So I hope people get to see it in movie theaters.
It was just important to celebrate those differences and to fall in love with the community. And I did. I lived there when I was in school.
Vanessa, a fashion designer dreaming to make it big in Manhattan's fashion district, is played by Melissa Barrera. Vanessa is also Snavi's romantic interest.
The yearning of wanting to get out so that you can pursue your dreams is a very universal feeling. And also the blessing that represents, to be able to be in a story that is going to uplift our community so much.
John Chu describes the film to VOA as a celebration of America.
All our challenges are different. However, the solutions are similar, of just sharing. Let's just share where we are. Let's share our music. Let's share our food. And when people walk out of that, they're going to want to know more. That's the first step of understanding each other, is sharing.
Penelope Poulou, VOA News, Washington.
The one and only Mary J. Blige has reached another big milestone in her career, being inducted into the Apollo Theater's iconic Walk of Fame.
As the 9-time Grammy winner stood under the Apollo marquee in the heart of Harlem to accept the honor, she told the Associated Press about the impact of those who came before her.
It's so special, because you have James Brown come through here, you have Aretha Franklin, these are people that, if it wasn't for them, there would be no us in music. They went through all the tough stuff for us. So when you make it to the Apollo, you have to always have appreciation for everybody that came before you and bless the Apollo for, doing that for us.
With this honor, Blige joins legends Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones, Patti LaBelle, Smokey Robinson, Gladys Knight, and the Pips, Little Richard, Ella Fitzgerald, and The Temptations. During her remarks, the Queen of Hip Hop Soul elaborated on her My Life documentary, which is based on her 1994 album of the same name and considered one of the most influential R&B projects of the 90s era.
This is for the fans who had the My Life album and who, even some of the fans who had the What's the 411 album. It's the beginning of the journey of the My Life, of the process of going through the My Life album and making it and everything that came with it.
My Life premieres June 25th on Prime Video.
And now to another icon, R&B star Usher. In an interview with the Associated Press, the R&B star discussed staying busy during the lockdown and the new album dropping soon and an upcoming residency in Las Vegas. Singer and the voice coach has a lot to look forward in this year. He explained having spent much of the lockdown recording new music and his plans to release his album by the end of this year, but not before a Las Vegas residency that begins in July.
Been in preparation really for some time, and now I think I'm ready to drop my album. If this is an exclusive, I'm letting you know that the album is officially coming this year. But before it does, actually, I'll see you guys in Las Vegas at my Vegas residency at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace, and just getting ready, man. Just getting ready. You heard some music. You've heard some new music, but the album will be coming this year.
And he's already calling summer 2021 the hottest summer of all.
It's been a really, really tough, few seasons, but this will definitely be the hottest summer of all. This is going to be the hottest July you have ever experienced, and you need to come to Las Vegas to experience it.
And to promote his residency, Usher bags, those are fake dollars with his face on them, are being spread around Las Vegas, including at strip clubs. He says fans can order them and merchandise online.
These are actually redeemable in many different ways, but they are like show currency. Come to Las Vegas and spend with me.
Old machines are transformed into new robots in an exhibition that makes viewers think twice about the machines that they use. VOA's Elizabeth Lee has more.
Take a step into this art gallery and you'll notice objects that are vaguely familiar.
This is a complete vacuum cleaner.
These robots are the creations of Argentine artist Cristian Castro.
Vegetable steamer.
In this art exhibit called Robotics Intersections of Art and Technology, Castro's robots are made up of objects such as appliances from the 50s and 60s and parts from old planes and cars.
I found parts everywhere. I go to the aircraft graveyards, I go to the cars graveyards.
Look closely at this giant crab-like robot. Its body is actually the rear door of a Volkswagen Beetle, and the eyes are garden lights. Castro is one of hundreds of artists from more than 34 countries who have shown their work in this space in Santa Monica, California. Hosted by Building Bridges Art Exchange, an organization that creates cultural understanding through the arts. In his work, Castro challenges the audience to look at form as well as function of a machine through these robots.
The artist points at the neglected virtues of technology, such as the appreciation of beauty.
Machines are often valued for their function, but not what they look like. Castro finds old mechanical objects, such as vacuum cleaners, and removes them from their original function. The focus becomes no longer what they can do, but the beauty of their form. In the process, a new creation is born, giving old objects new life and purpose.
When I saw a piece or part from a helicopter or for all appliance, I seen a character around this part.
Nowadays, it seems that the designs are more plain. All the toasters look the same. While when you look at when you look back in time, designs were more prominent. They were more sophisticated, perhaps.
Castro says he hopes anyone who sees his robots will be inspired to recycle and look at everyday machines in a different light. Elizabeth Lee, VOA News.
And with that, we come to the end of our show today. I want to thank you for hanging out with me. My name is Jackson Vunganyi. For more entertainment news, remember to check us out at voanews.com. We are also on all social media platforms, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram. Until next time, goodbye, everyone.